Thank you all. Thanks for being here today. You brought up a couple of issues that I'll rant for a minute, and then you can answer them if you want to. One of them is with education. We have, as we visited different tribes and stuff, and I was a dentist in the real world before I got into politics, and we go out and we visit these reservations, and oftentimes reservations are remote, long ways from anything, essentially. And it was, how do you get doctors or dentists or nurses or even teachers to go out into these communities? They're not going to make a lot of money there, oftentimes not enough to pay off their student loans and that kind of stuff. So how do you, in housing, how do you do that and stuff? I came to the conclusion the only way you're going to do it in the long run is to educate tribal members. Get them to go to college. Get them to go to dental school. Get them to go to medical school, because they're more likely to come back and serve their communities. And I noticed that we're starting to do more in that. We had some testimony a couple of weeks ago, and we had the education director, the chairman of the tribal school on the Blackfoot Reservation, and it is. I think that's the way to go. That takes time, but it is. We've got to invest more in education. It's amazing that when I sat in the state legislature for years, we were always told, if you really want to address poverty stuff, education is what you got. Why would that not be true with tribes? It is true with tribes, and we've got to invest in education much more than we have in the past. So I'm on board with you on that. Now this is the challenge, and you bring up the challenge, and that is the water settlements. I will tell you, we've got to find a way to fund these water settlements. And I'm not disagreeing with the settlements. I'm just saying we've got to find a way to fund them, because when you look at our budget, and we're trying to do Indian health services and not cut those, trying to increase funding for health services or education or for Indian law enforcement and all of those kinds of things. And all of a sudden now you throw water settlements on top of those, and there are a multitude of them across. I think the ones on the Fort Belknap Reservation in Montana total about $1 billion. So, and I know the Coeur d'Alene's just did one with the state of Idaho. It's about $600 million. Right. That's going to eat this budget alive if we don't find a way to fund them. And I don't have the answer to that yet, but I'm looking for a way to fund it. I don't know why it doesn't come out of the judgment fund like every other judgment does against the federal government and stuff. But that's more complicated to get done than you would think. But it's something that we're working on. But any help you can give us on a way to get this done. If we actually funded the water settlements as we should, we'd probably have to double the interior appropriation. I don't know if that's an accurate number or not, but it would be substantial. So I agree with what you're saying. We got to find a way to do it. But on the Colorado River, I've done some reading and research on the Colorado River, and the problem is we've overappropriated that basin for, years ago when they decided that there was going to be an upper basin and a lower basin of states. And they decided at the time that there was 18.5 million acre feet of water that went down the river every year. And people told them at the time, no, you're looking at the good water years. You're not taking into account the bad water years. Yep. Actually, it's about 14.5 million acre feet that go down the river every year. That means it's over appropriated about 4 million acre feet every year. And somehow that's going to be a problem for years and years to come until we get in and do it properly and stuff. But it's a challenge, a real challenge. So I appreciate your testimony and what you're saying, and I want to work with you and see if we can find a way to address these issues.
Most definitely. Thank you, Chairman, and thank you to the committee. And it's once again good to see both of you.
You bet. Ms. Pingree?
Sure. The chair covered it pretty well, but I would hate to see us, back down on that water settlement. I know how important it is to you, and happy to continue to work on ways to find that level of funding, and also understand that there are challenges with the amount of water in the river. But thank you for being here to remind us and continue this important struggle. So,
and whatever ways possible, come out and visit. Come out and visit each of the reservations.
Yes,
but
thank you.
Definitely come out and visit us.
Yep. Want to do that. We were just talking, I was talking with some of my personal staff, not the staff on this committee yet, but about doing a Codell out west. And visiting some of the tribes.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. we would
Anyway,
look forward to it. Thank you.
it is. It's always. I think it's important for committee members to get out and see what's happening on the ground in the real world. This is important that we hear your testimony and that kind of stuff. What's really important to us is to get out and see what's happening and stuff. And so I've always enjoyed those trips when we got out and seen this. So we'll, if we can get something scheduled, we'll let you know and get it done.
Most definitely.
But thank you for being here today, and thank you for your testimony. Thanks for all you do, both for your communities.
And you're going to remember today because not only do you have two Dwaynes here, all start with the name D. So have a great afternoon. Thank you.
I will tell you the thing I like about these hearings, other than the information that we get, is I love to sit and look at the beadwork that everybody brings. The most beautiful beadwork you ever see in the world comes into this committee
It's all a blessing.
over the next few days. So it's very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Chairman, I think that if you ever want to have a field hearing out in Arizona, I think we would love to host you out in Arizona. And anytime you want to come out to the Grand Canyon State, we'd love to have you guys there.
Geez, we could go visit the Grand Canyon too, couldn't we? Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Anyway, thank you all.
See you soon, Hanka. Thank you.
Thank you again to all the witnesses for being with us to discuss the issues that are important in Indian country. And as a reminder, we will reconvene at 1 p.m. for the subcommittee to continue taking testimony. With that, the committee stands adjourned.
Okay.
See you. Thanks, guys. Good to see you. Appreciate it.